Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and we have a bit of embarrassment for John Swinney. He attempted to put a motion through Holyrood, and it was roundly defeated because everyone else in Holyrood, including the Greens, voted against it. This was one of those climate change laws that they brought in and made an act of law. They must by law do it. And then they realised that it was actually impossible. They couldn't do it. It was totally impossible to actually do this. And that was unfortunate that they discovered this after they enshrined it in law. And so he had the really bright idea, because these people are geniuses after all, that if we change the law, then we won't break the law. And so they rushed this bit of legislation through so they could change the law so that that particular promise that they made and then enshrined in law would change, and they wouldn't have broken their own law. Unfortunately, nobody in Holyrood was inclined to let them off the hook, particularly the Greens. The Greens have a point to make, don't they? They have an axe to grind, and they want to be chopping down the SNP. And so it means that because this change of law failed, that the SNP will break their own law that they brought in so that they would look marvellous and virtuous, and look at us, we care so much for the world. Oops. Hoist quite literally on your own petard this time, because they have to have this thing done in place, and they've only got like 2 months left to do this. And they've got to publish these plans and reach these targets, and none of them are going to happen. And that's actually the fourth time, I think, that he's been defeated since he took the job on. He's only been in the job 6 months. He can't win. He can't win anything, can he? He can't get a motion through. I think if you are running a government and you cannot get your motions through because everybody is voting against you, then you're no longer a government, are you? You're just failing. I think it's time to call an election. I really do. They alienated the Greens. This was their problem. They alienated the Greens so badly that the Greens are really, really pissed off with them massively. And they just don't want to push anything through that will aid the SNP. It's cracking, isn't it? They've got until 2030 to reduce emissions by 75%. Given how far they've come and sort of extrapolating that forward, well, they've worked out it won't happen until about 2150, which, for those of you who know, is when the Daleks invaded Earth. But that's a separate thing, and only certainly if you know, you know. But what's going to happen now is that there's going to be an alternative vote. I think Graham Simpson is going to propose something which they're going to vote on, and this could lead to a vote of no confidence in the SNP. And that, of course, if they lost, that would force a general election. So who knows? It's all up in the air at the moment. The problem with the Tories in Scotland is they haven't got a leader at the moment. And so there's no one really who can push this through. And they are running out of time for getting this particular motion through. So they've actually got to pick a leader, get the leader in, and then push this motion through. It's very, very difficult for them. But fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But yeah, another defeat, and it's nice to see. So anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you very much. Goodbye.